Our first guests this evening are two striking characters. One is a TV personality known for presenting on BBC and B4U. The other, a respected YouTube entertainer and actor. So what are these two up to?
Well, the two have come together in collaboration voluntarily and unconditionally to create and share an outstanding educational video which went live today that raises the awareness of depression, something that is often a taboo subject in the South Asian community.
But before we meet our lovely guests, here's a quick promo starring them.
At the moment, depression is the fourth worst cause of disability in the world according to the WHO, the World Health Organization. By 2020 it will be the second biggest cause. By 2030 it will be the first biggest cause.
Like a tunnel that never ends, into the black where there is no light, just darkness extending forever. Depression is an ink stain that will cover every last piece of the white blotting paper, blotting out hope, blotting out the light. I didn't know what was wrong with my father, but it worried me.
Amar! Amar! Where are you? I need to go for a walk right now.
Depression affects all the family. Even my little nephew suffered.
What's this, Sohan?
Although there's plenty of help available in depression, many people don't really know where to look for it.
Yep, I definitely agree. Depression is in fact an illness, and a lot of the times people forget about this. And even though it's a mental illness, a lot of the symptoms are actually physical.
Millions of people across the world suffer from depression, many without hope or help. And we feel that working with the local community and local authorities, they can seek the right help because it is an illness and it's real.
That's really good.
That looks really good. I mean, it's a topic that, you know, I guess we never really talk about. I mean, we're always depressed. That's why we have to come on the show, right?
When did you last feel down?
Just this afternoon when I was at work.
Oh, why's that?
It's just because I have to be at work.
That's just life.
That's just life. I know, work is terrible. But here to tell us more about this, we have Attika Choudhary and Parle Patel.
Hey!
Thank you for joining us.
Hello.
How are you?
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for letting us interview you.
No problem.
And giving you hell.
Yeah.
Which you're going to do shortly.
Really? I hope not.
Absolutely. That's a real pleasure to have you guys. Tell us a little bit more about the inspiration behind the video that we just saw.
Well,
Go on
it
then,
all
Parle.
started with Twitter, really, isn't it? That's where a lot of stuff happens these days, project startup. I must have tweeted, typical complaining about Asian people not doing enough, about, you know, mental health, and Attika must have been nosy on my
I wasn't.
live feed and decided that, hello, I want to get involved.
This sounds really
This is the power of
interesting.
Twitter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And 10 months ago we started.
9 months ago.
9 to 10 months. It
Yeah.
feels like
10 months.
years, but it feels like a long time.
So what was it about the tweet that you read, Attika, that you
Well,
thought...
I had met Parle previously at the show at the BBC, and you know, he's a comedian. He's got a lot of character. He's quite bold, and he's quite open. And I saw his tweet and thought, you know what, this guy and me, we share something in common. We actually,
Kulla.
we want to talk about, you know, stuff. You know, we want to share our views and opinions, and why not? He's funny. He's got a YouTube following. I'm a presenter. I'm a journalist. I've kind of got a following. Why not come together and do something?
So, but this isn't really in keeping, Parle, with what you, I suppose, your everyday material.
Yeah,
This
well,
is kind of a bit of a departure.
Yeah.
But maybe we should show the people your
If you would
usual
like
stuff.
to, yeah,
So have a
why
look
not?
at this. This is interesting.
It's completely normal to be constantly nagged about doing your work. Lesson kariyo? Lesson kar. You not have any homework to do? Abhi ke homework ma soche? Homework karu chu na?
My goodness.
Is that the life in a typical Asian mother?
Yes.
Is
as you
that
can
hair
see.
real?
Well,
Oh,
that
that's
hair.
my question.
Yeah, I've just tied it up very neatly today.
Mashallah. You could tell. I mean, maybe not you, but-
I definitely look more like my mum though.
Do you?
Yeah, didn't you see? We've got very similar facial structure.
Hopefully your mum doesn't have as much facial hair.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
Freddie, she's worked out a contract ever since after Planet Parle. But you know, you come here and we'll sort that out.
Just before we go into that,
Yeah.
parle, that's a term I hear in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Would you like to parle? You know, as Jack
Parle.
Sparrow would
Well,
say.
it also
Where
means
does that come from?
it also means to communicate, doesn't
Parle,
it? Like,
parlez-vous
parlez-vous.
français.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
okay, to speak.
So you know what? As you were asking, you know,
Yeah.
this project on depression and anxiety is different to what I've usually done.
Yeah.
And when I started Planet Parle, in fact, it's not my first YouTube channel, but when I started, that was always kind of my aspiration to speak, communicate, not only about what goes on in my household or in South Asian culture amongst the youth, amongst the older generation, but also about social issues. So I've posted about, you know, plenty of other social topics before, but they've usually been written posts on my Facebook. So this was kind of like, hold on a minute.
Let's explore.
Yeah, if I like making videos, and you know, these days YouTube's used phenomenally to like start campaigns. I was like, we could really do something, especially about a topic like depression, which people usually like, no, that doesn't exist. Depressed? No, I'm not depressed. I'll have my chai and I'll
I
be
think
fine.
you've already had kind of several hundred hits on this video,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and not only that, what we wanted is we wanted people to feel comfortable to share it.
Yeah.
And we've had so many shares. A lot of the times people will like something, watch it, and they'll be like, okay, that was great. But it's that share factor. You watch something and feel like, you know what, this is right, guys. We should share this topic and push it out.
Although I'm not really used to the whole social media thing. This is my first. I hate social media.
Oh, you're like me.
I
We're
don't
the
really
same.
like it. I have. I mean,
But you work in media.
I
How can you
know.
not like social
And you
But I
responded to a
can't-
tweet.
I know.
So clearly, she's doing something.
I like Twitter, but I'm not a big fan of Instagram or Facebook. I'm not a big fan of those two social mediums.
Why Twitter then?
Just because you can write what you want to write in a short space of characters, and you don't have to put.
Concise.
And it's not about putting pictures
How
up.
many tweets do you put out a day?
Oh God, now you're testing me. Not very many. Like one probably.
She'll ring me 3 to 4 times and be like, should I use
Should I do
perhaps
this?
or maybe? What do you think there's a different variation? It was like, Attika, it's Twitter.
I'm really funny like that. I'm really funny because I think when you post something, you can't change it. It's going to be there forever.
you're
I think
right.
what we wanted to do from this particular project was social networking, social media. Recently, a lot of people are anti, like, oh, you know, it's
Well,
not
this
too
is
great.
very interesting because
So
we've
try to use it in
got
a
a
different
doctor who'll
way.
be coming on to talk about it. Guys, a question for yourselves. Now that you've done this YouTube video, which I think is brilliant, and I hope people go and watch it, give us the details shortly, but has it helped you better identify people that maybe that you know and think, actually, you know what, they're showing signs of depression, maybe I need to help them? Has it helped?
I think signs or symptoms of depression isn't so obvious, as I said earlier on. But it's actually made you realise actually how common it is, and I'm much more aware of it. Like if, for example, if I had to go through it myself, for example, like symptoms of anxiety, for example, you don't want to sleep or you don't want to feel like eating, it's quite obvious.
And I think it also, it's just about general concern. So it might not be like, okay, I know what the symptoms are, but it kind of makes you a little bit more generally conscious about what someone might be going through. So it kind of opens your mind when you're talking to someone.
So guys, how do we get in touch and where do people go if they want to see the video?
So if they wanted to check the video out, they can do so on www.youtube.com/Planet Parle. And the video is called Depression in South Asian Community. Was it the hidden illness?
Okay,
Sorry.
Twitter strap.
The hidden.
Planet Parle.
That's
Parle.
it.
Where's my Twitter?
Attika
yours-
Choudhary.
Yeah, and
I don't want to
yours
steal.
is?
Very shortly.
At Attika C.
Oh,
Attika
we
Z.
shall
Really
follow you.
simple.